Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of wisdom and knowledge. In this video, you'll hear inspiring quotes that will make you think about life, learn something new, and maybe even find answers to important questions. Ready to be inspired? Let's begin our journey. Knowledge can be communicated, but not wisdom. Dan Rather. Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Skill is knowing how to do it. Thomas Jefferson. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Socrates. Just as treasures are uncovered from the earth, so virtue appears from good deeds, and wisdom appears from a pure and peaceful mind. Buddha. To walk safely through the maze of human life, one needs the light of wisdom and the guidance of virtue. Buddha. Wisdom is the right use of knowledge. To know is not to be wise. Dante Alighieri. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Confucius. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. Immanuel Kant. Knowledge itself is power. Francis Bacon. Knowledge without transformation is not wisdom. Unknown. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Albert Einstein. To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. Lao Tzu. It's a funny thing about life. Once you begin to take note of the things you are grateful for, you begin to lose sight of the things that you lack. Germany, Kent. Emotion without reason lets people walk all over you. Reason without emotion is a mask for cruelty. Nalini Singh. A true teacher would never tell you what to do, but he would give you the knowledge with which you could decide what would be best for you to do. Christopher Pike. Time, as it grows old, teaches all things. Aeschylus. I know nothing, because I know too much, and understand not nearly enough, and never will. Anne Rice. If knowledge is not put into practice, it does not benefit one. Muhammad Tahir ul Qadri. If you want the answer, ask the question. Lori Myers. Knowledge without application is simply knowledge. Applying the knowledge to one's life is wisdom, and that is the ultimate virtue. Kasi K. Iliopoulos. Knowledge is power? No. Knowledge on its own is nothing, but the application of useful knowledge, now that is powerful. Rob Liano. Do question, even the basics. You will be a fool for once. If you don't, you will be for a lifetime. Malicious. Wrote my way out of the hood, thought my way out of poverty. Don't tell me that knowledge isn't power. Education changes everything. Brandy L. Bates. We don't know anything about silent sages, buried knowledge, the eye of the mute poet, serene seers. Yet how many talkative destroyers, prophets, and ideologues, teachers, and beautifiers there are on the other side. Dejan Stojanovic. The first person you have to resurrect is yourself. The RZA. Knowledge you may get from books, but wisdom is trapped within you. Release it. Ismat Ahmed Sheikh. The process may seem strange, and yet it is very true. I did not so much gain the knowledge of things by the words, as words by the experience I had of things. Plutarch. I don't know. That was typical Sajaki. Like all the genuinely clever people Silvestri had met, he knew better than to feign understanding where none existed. Alastair Reynolds. There is no limit to how good you can get in pursuit of perfection. Sachin Kumar Puli. There is much that I do not know, and I'd like to know even less. Martin Schuster. Knowledge that is not being used for winning a further knowledge does not even remain. It decays and disappears. J.D. Bernal. They don't need to be no rocket scientist, but knowing the difference between there, and there might be a great start. Bob N. Boguslavsky. I think the measure of advancement depends on where you are stood and from what distance you look. 1,000 years ago, we farmed the fields, built towns, and defended our land with swords and spears. It is little different now, save for the number of people we have to protect. We still kill with a sharp edge or point of metal. Blood runs red still. Sons ride off to war, and parents grieve. If you look at the empire in its whole, then it is peaceful. If you look closely, you will see the small wars, the bandits and rebellions. Look more closely still and you'll see the petty crimes, the struggle to survive, the rich bleeding the poor. Even the soil can turn against its farmers, yielding few crops. Or the weather, a late frost killing the early crops. There is strife and conflict everywhere in the empire. Everywhere you find men, you find conflict. G.R. Matthews. Two people can illustrate crudity to you. The first is the crude man, whom you see perceiving the diamond as a stone. The other is the refined man, who makes clear to you the crudity of the first one. Idries Shah. Is it not by learning to read the book of nature with the eyes of faith that we come to recognize the drop of divinity that resides in our own souls, though hidden, Master? In the end, is this not faith? To seek the light that takes us further, the light of Christ that brings that to which reason and knowledge alone can never raise itself? This is truth. Adriana Coolias. Thank you for joining us. I hope these quotes about wisdom and knowledge have inspired you and given you food for thought. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Stay wise and keep seeking new knowledge. Goodbye.